Again. This time we're playing Man versus Machine. It's actually, well, first the mode is about two teams, Man and Machine, where Man is human and machines are the robots. They all have the same classes. However, machines can actually have a much more buffed class than the humans. This game is actually, the mode, well, it's actually really fun, especially when you've had enough of pub stomping in the normal servers. You can always just revert back to it. Difficulty-wise, this mode is actually pretty easy, unless you're playing on level 666. But nevertheless, even though it is easy, it's still fun. Like, just the satisfaction of you getting a lot of kills. And I guess it's like a tower defense system, and many people tend to like it. It's just, I guess, more enticing. And over here, a scout is backdoored into our base, and that's how we lost. It's my team's fault because, they didn't protect. So basically, why I'm playing Demo Man is because his weapons are pretty, I guess, strong. Well, efficient. Yeah, that's the word. Because not only can he do splash damage, he can control areas while dealing tons of damage. The sticky launcher, it can stop the bomb from being further pushed, while the grenade launcher just wipes out waves. As of now, I'm just going for grenade launcher upgrades because the sticky launcher is just good as it is. It really doesn't need some upgrades, but the grenade launcher, if you get like tons of ammo and reload speed with attack speed, it's crazy. You could get damage if you want. I think I do get damage in this game, but yeah. And also Demo Man, the word Demo Man, since I'm a man and he's a man, it makes me feel more like a man. And I can understand what the Demo Man's going through, an African American that's really not friendly with everybody. He's even wearing an eye patch. All that pain he must have gone through. No, I'm just playing. Anyways, so the Demo Man, he also can move around the map extremely quickly with his sticky launchers, but you also need to know how to conserve your health. And right now, a sentry buster is actually chasing an engineer with a sentry. And while we were so focused, a scout just managed to get through here. He was about to jump through, but I quickly stopped it. So this is also why Demo Man is extremely versatile. He could easily stop pushes, and that sentry buster was still chasing this engineer. I mean, I believe he's still going at it, which I don't know why. I guess the scouts are delaying our progress, but this game mode also keeps you on your toes because there's so many things happening. Whether your engineer sentries got all busted up, and then next thing you know, there's like scouts running straight to your base, and super overpowered heavies are just shooting you down. You never know what you're gonna expect. And as you can see here, the sticky launcher just easily, controlled that area, so the machines couldn't win. Anyway, so we start the next wave. I'm actually collecting the money as of now because we don't really have a scout. So the roles in MVM goes something like this. Basically, if the machines get through, you can always blame it on your engineer because his sentries are supposed to protect very important areas or wide, varied areas. Unless it's like one scout just managed to get through, most of the time it's the engineer's fault. If you're lacking money and upgrades, always blame it on your scout because, the scout's supposed to be collecting all the money. Because in this mode, I really don't see how scouts can deal tons of damage. His scouts also need to reload and ammo, and it's he is versatile and useful, but it's just not as good as a Demo Man. The thing about Man vs. Machine is that it really prepares us for the future, because eventually, when robots and machines do eventually take over or try to take over, we'll know what to do. This pretty much sets life lessons for us. How to have teamwork, how to work together, how everybody should have different roles and each person should do what they're supposed to do. And that's an important thing because you don't want scouts to take like the power role, like a heavy or demo man or soldier, because if that happens, then nobody really collects the money. And soldiers really should be at far range, so does, heavies and maybe demo man. So everybody needs their own role. Once again, you really don't want a medic just uber sawing every single machine, unless he's ubered. But for the efficiency wise, this mode really teaches us how to react to certain situations. You know, uh, this also gives you another perspective, this mode, because you can actually see yourself as a robot and you'll know how to beat yourself in a way that if you ever go back to a public server and you tend to see an enemy, let's say an enemy spy, you'll know that spy has a disguise or can go invisible, and he could always sneak up behind you because you're focused on something else. So you'll know how to spy check or when to spy check. Same thing for, I guess you can say, heavy. Most of the time he'll be with a medic. So in a public server, you would always know to take down the medic first. Also in this mode, if there's going to be a tank sooner or later, and if the tank pushes through, you can always blame it on anybody with DPS, and those are people like, I guess, yeah, those are people like soldiers, heavies, I guess pyro too, but demo man, not really. I mean, you could blame it on them, but I really wouldn't say so. It's because a tank, and this is where also the controversy of damage over DPS comes in, because, well, okay, first of all, as you can see, I'm taking down a tank, but thing about damage is that just because you have a lot of damage doesn't necessarily mean you could beat a tank, because a tank, it actually, if you think about it, the time it takes from the beginning it comes out to the end, it's actually really not that long, and you need to take it down as fast as possible by doing a lot of damage and just shooting one set of damage per every 5 seconds. It's not going to guarantee anything. So you need someone that can actually quickly take it down, even with a medic with a syringe gun. That thing is super fast, and I would recommend the medic just coming in and help. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when there's a tank, the medic should always come in and help, unless one of the power people, DPS people, are taking some damage. Otherwise, they should always come help, especially when it's those single tank modes. That also brings the topic of underrated weapons. Some people say snipers really don't belong in this map, but actually they do. They are actually very, very helpful. They bring, especially huntsman sniper, it actually is viable because they'll just deal tons of damage with a lot of DPS. Syringe gun medic, once again, very good. Enforcer's spy, not so great, but it could still work. Scout, shortstop scout, that's amazing. And also, I'll tell you guys why I like stock weapons is because they're so balanced. If you look at other weapons, there's always going to be a downfall. For instance, let's say backburner, it's going to cost a lot more to air blast. I don't know, let's say direct hit, there's not much splash damage, and stock, is always balanced out, which is perfectly good, and I feel that it's also original. Well, actually, no, that's not really much of an argument, but I feel that before you get to use other weapons, you should always try to master it as a stock, because other weapons, they may be more difficult or they might require you some different technique. Stock is also nothing wrong with it. It also deals a great amount of damage. Stock is perfectly balanced once again, and there's just so many good things to say about it. Overall, Man vs. Machine, it can also help you succeed in life because once again you work as a team. You know, it also teaches you to guys to never give up. Let's say you fail a wave, when you guys fail a wave, you obviously just don't leave the server, right? You guys try again, say it's okay guys, we got this. That kind of attitude and behavior is always great, especially in real life too, because it teaches you guys to keep on pursuing it. Because if you just quit whenever something bad happens, what's the point of that? It's actually counterproductive, because what's the point of starting it in the first place? And this also teaches technology, who is the real man in the relationship, because people are always on these iPhones and these new innovative ways to do things, and it just feels like technology is just controlling their lives. And so eventually when they do take over, or it could even be something small, you'll teach them that no, I'm a human, I own you, I made you. Sort of like teaching who's the bitch and who's the master, you know what I'm saying? And as of now, I just got the health on kill thing. Teleporters are great. However, I really do not advise engineers to get the two-way teleporters, because most of the time I tend to step on them, and I'm pretty sure you guys do too. And it's just extremely annoying getting back to base and then just taking the teleporter back. Unless getting those small upgrades at that specific time really matters. Otherwise, it really isn't that important. And if you notice in this gameplay, I really don't use my crit canteen. I don't know why. Sometimes there are times where I should have used it. I just guess I forget I have it. So, as of now, I'm almost reaching the end. 6 out of 8 waves. There's 2 more waves left. And I'm just too good. You know what I'm saying? When it's like someone with my skill joining such a game mode like this, you're bound to win. And, we have a credit rating of A. It could be an A+, but once again, guys, remember to blame it on the scout if you don't have money. Because scout should be collecting everything, And I am just destroying everything with the grenade launcher. The team itself actually, we really don't let the machine get past the midpoint. We always try to stop and choke them there. And the strategies in MVM too, it can actually help you in any other game, because I guess the tower defense idea itself is just, it actually teaches you a lot, especially in war tactics too as well. Because, for instance, what I stated before, when we were choking them when they came out, they really have no room to go beyond. And with my splash damage and DPS, I can clear all the waves at first, and the sentry just picks off all the leftovers. As of here, I actually got pretty confused because the scouts were actually coming to the top. And here, once again, I stepped on this teleporter that was a two-way teleporter, and it's just really annoying, and I really don't advise you guys to do that. So my reload speed, you guys can see, it's pretty crazy. My upgrades, I'm pretty sure I upgraded a lot. I actually didn't complete the upgrades this round just because we just finished it so early. And even if we had full money, I doubt we could have even gotten all the upgrades. Honestly, I'm probably carrying this team so hard right now. There would be nothing without me. I mean, I guess that is also a bad attitude I have, because nobody wants to just be hogging everything or do other people's jobs, once again, because that's just really counterproductive, and eventually you're bound to screw up. Because as of here, I wasn't at my post, and scouts came in. There's now it's all going crazy, but I guess I really wanted the upgrade, but it's alright because I'm so pro. I can just control this. I can control these stupid machines. And as of here, we're reaching the last final wave. The last final wave, I guess it's sort of lengthy. And it's also pretty easy. Oh, not easy. What I meant was the most satisfying wave, because if you win this wave, you pretty much win life. There's nothing more to it. As you can see here, my whole team is just contributing, keeping them at bay, not letting them get through. I mean, I understand there was a scout just there, but, you know, whatever. I think we took care of it. Last wave really doesn't matter about the money either, guys. So, there's a tank that came out. Once again, you really need some damage per second. We got a Wrangler sentry. You're shooting it down, our flare gun pyro. And as we destroy the tank sooner or later, I'm pretty sure that would mark the end of the game. So yeah, guys, if you like this, subscribe and comment for more. I will try to read all your comments. I'm just gonna smack this with the bottle. Great mode. I suggest you guys to try it out once again. Can teach you so many things, and this is a victory that was well fought for. These are the end credits. As you can see, there's gonna be a credit of A, just like I do in school. Peace, guys.